Did you know that just calling Social Security could cost you over an hour of your time without even getting a real answer? That's just one sign of a deeply outdated system. But what if that's finally about to change? Welcome back to Social Security Post. Today, we're talking about a major shift happening inside the Social Security Administration under its new leader, Frank Bisignano. From AI to identity protection to overhauling payment fairness, his plans could shape your benefits in ways we haven't seen in decades. If you're on Social Security or expect to be, these updates affect you directly. So stay with me as we walk through each major reform and break down what it means. And if you're serious about staying informed, make sure to like, subscribe, and tap the bell so you never miss an update. Frank Bisignano may not be a household name yet, but he's a veteran executive with decades of experience leading major corporations through digital transformation. Now he stepped in to lead the Social Security Administration, and he's already making waves. For many Americans, the SSA is a lifeline. It distributes more than $1 trillion a year in benefits to seniors, disabled workers, and survivors. But ask anyone who's had to deal with the system lately. Long wait times, confusing paperwork, and outdated technology are common complaints. Bisignano isn't just planning to manage the agency. He's looking to rebuild it from the ground up. His approach is both bold and fast-moving. In less than a year, he's launched 6 major reform initiatives that touch nearly every aspect of how the SSA operates. This isn't just about efficiency, it's about fairness, security, and sustainability. And whether you're currently receiving benefits or will be in the future, these changes could directly affect how quickly you get help, how secure your identity is, and even how much money you receive. Imagine calling the Social Security office and getting help in 60 seconds instead of sitting on hold for over an hour. That's exactly what Frank Bisignano wants to fix. Currently, the SSA receives nearly 400,000 calls every single day. The average wait time, about 68 minutes. For someone who's elderly, disabled, or dealing with time-sensitive issues like missed checks, that wait can feel like a nightmare. Bisignano's solution is to bring in AI-powered call routing and digital tools that help answer common questions instantly. That means many people won't have to wait for a live agent at all. They'll get answers in real time, 24/7 through smart systems. But he's made it clear, this isn't about cutting out people. It's about letting AI handle routine issues while freeing up real SSA agents to focus on the complex, urgent problems that still need a human touch. If this is implemented well, it could reduce stress, speed up resolutions, and make a major dent in one of the most frustrating parts of the Social Security system. In today's world, identity theft is more than a nuisance. It's a threat to your financial security, and unfortunately, Social Security numbers are among the most targeted identifiers by scammers and criminals. Every year, thousands of Americans find out their benefits were compromised or their identity was used to commit fraud. That's why one of Frank Bisignano's top priorities is boosting the data security and fraud prevention protocols across the SSA. While the current improper payment rate is around 1%, even that small percentage translates into billions in losses when you're dealing with $1 trillion program. Bisignano is tightening the rules, introducing in-person identity verification for suspicious cases, and pushing for advanced security checks before payments go out. Now, this has raised some concerns, especially for individuals who are disabled or don't have easy access to SSA offices. But the trade-off, according to Bisignano, is a more trusted, protected system that ensures your benefits go only to you, not to someone who stole your personal information. Imagine paying into Social Security for 30 years, only to be told that you'll get a reduced benefit or no benefit at all, just because you also worked in a government or teaching job. And that's exactly what's happened to thousands of public service workers because of 2 controversial provisions: the government pension offset, GPO, and the windfall elimination provision, WEP. These rules have unfairly reduced or eliminated payments for retirees who earned pensions from non-covered employment. Frank Bisignano has made it clear that fixing these rules is a top priority. He's tasked SSA staff with investigating more than $15 billion, 0 cents in potential back payments that may be owed to individuals who were wrongly penalized. That's real money for real people, often older Americans who've already been struggling to make ends meet. While repealing or revising these provisions entirely will take cooperation from Congress, the SSA under Bisignano is now taking real steps to rectify this injustice and restore faith for millions who serve their communities. When news first broke that the SSA planned to cut up to 7,000 positions, panic spread fast. but Frank Bisignano quickly clarified that this isn't a mass layoff, it's a strategic realignment. For years, SSA staff have been concentrated in administrative offices far from the communities they serve. Meanwhile, field offices, the ones where real people go for help, have been understaffed and overwhelmed. Bisignano is shifting resources toward where they're most needed: local SSA field offices, online service support, and rapid response centers. AI will now take over repetitive, low-risk tasks, allowing human staff to work on complex claims, appeals, and urgent service needs. It's not about removing people from the process. It's about putting the right people in the right places. If done right, this could result in shorter lines, quicker service, and far better support for millions of beneficiaries who depend on face-to-face help. One of the most gut-wrenching things that can happen to a Social Security recipient is getting a letter saying, "You owe us thousands of dollars." And too often it happens out of the blue. These overpayments aren't fraud. They're usually caused by minor errors in income reporting, eligibility updates, or administrative mistakes. But the result can be devastating, especially when the SSA tries to collect it all at once years later. Frank Bisignano is taking a bold step to fix this. First, he's working to prevent overpayments from happening by using automation to catch discrepancies sooner. Second, for those already affected, he's changed the repayment process. Instead of demanding full repayment immediately, SSA will now withhold no more than 50% of the monthly benefit until the balance is cleared. For many retirees on fixed incomes, that's a far more humane option. And more importantly, it shows a real understanding of how high the stakes are for those living check to check. We've all heard the warnings. By 2034, the Social Security Trust Fund will run out of surplus funds. If nothing is done, the program can be forced to reduce benefits by about 20%. That's not just a headline. That's a real threat to millions of seniors, especially those who rely on Social Security as their main or only income source. Bisignano isn't ignoring this crisis. He's actively working with lawmakers, economists, and industry experts to push solutions that shore up Social Security's finances. From increasing the payroll tax cap on higher earners to adjusting contribution structures, a number of proposals are being discussed. His goal is simple: to guarantee solvency without slashing benefits for the people who need them most. It's a complex problem, but for the first time in years, there seems to be real leadership at the top, willing to face it head on. Now, here's the big question. Even if these ideas are great, can the SSA actually pull them off? This is where something called integration risk comes in. That's the risk that even with the right technology and strategy, the human side of the system can't keep up, either due to lack of training, resistance to change, or poor execution. Bisignano knows this, and he's already rolling out a comprehensive staff training initiative to make sure new systems don't just exist, they function properly. Retraining SSA workers across the country is no small task, and it won't happen overnight. But building that foundation is critical to making sure AI enhancements, fraud prevention measures, and staffing reforms actually deliver real results. This transition will be bumpy, but with a leader who's been through big corporate transformations before, it's more likely than ever that this might actually succeed. With all these changes underway, there's something you should do immediately. Go to the My Social Security portal and review your account. Make sure your contact information is accurate. Check your earnings history. Confirm your current benefit status. Even a small error, like a wrong address or outdated job listing, can delay payments or cause confusion later. If you've received an overpayment letter, don't panic, but don't ignore it either. Contact the SSA and ask about new repayment rules. Advocate for your case. With Bisignano's reforms gaining momentum, there's a greater focus now on treating beneficiaries with dignity and respect. But being proactive on your end is the best way to make sure these reforms work for you, not against you. Frank Bisignano isn't just making noise, he's making changes. With a focus on digital transformation, fairness, identity protection, and financial longevity, his leadership is shaping what could be the most important decade for Social Security since its creation. Whether these reforms succeed will depend on time, funding, and how well the system adapts, but they are already in motion. Now I want to hear from you. Are you hopeful about these changes? Do you think the SSA is finally on the right path? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone who depends on Social Security. We'll be right here continuing to break it all down only on Social Security Post.